And how old are you, Selena?
I am 11 years old.
And you can start when you're ready.
Okay. You stole the goat?
I didn't steal him. I liberated him.
Well, I'm liberated.
I can't send him back to a life of shame.
Selena Gomez reveals how Disney destroyed her childhood. Selena Gomez has made a startling revelation that has gotten the fans talking about it on social media platforms. Her statements go into a lot of detail regarding her time at Disney and how things were not really as they appeared on the surface. Her words left a pretty substantial impact on the industry, with various other celebrities following her lead and sharing their own stories about the conditions at Disney. So, what was it at Disney that ended up destroying Selena Gomez's childhood? Let's find out in this video. In 2021, Vogue magazine featured Selena Gomez on its cover page, and the publication contained an interview with Selena Gomez. Selena did not shy away from discussing many things regarding her life, including her music career, faith, and even politics. The cover page shows an elegant Selena wearing a Saint Laurent by Anthony Vaccarello dress and Cartier earrings. Selena talked about their entire career through the interview, as well as voting for the first time ever. She mentioned meeting Kamala Harris and also described how she felt during Barney. You're just on set with a big purple dinosaur. You're dancing and having a lot of fun. However, Selena then proceeded to talk about her role in the Wizards of Waverly Place, and that conversation was not too pleasant. During her interview with Vogue, Selena Gomez started off the topic of Disney by saying that she fears that people still associate Disney with her, and that is not something she's a huge fan of. And here's what she said. I still live with this haunted feeling that people still view me as a Disney girl. Provided that she kickstarted her career as a very young child with the Wizards of Waverly Place, Selena Gomez felt the pressure to be perfect, in her own words. She continued to talk about it by saying, "That was my job in a way, to be perfect. You're considered a figure kids look up to, and they take that seriously there." Selena did, in fact, begin her first role at a very young age, casting in Barney and Friends as Gianna. Demi Lovato also worked with her as Angela on the show, and the two grew up to be pretty good friends. One fan, learning about the bullying news, described their feelings in a tweet. I can't help but think of Demi, especially how when Selena mentioned Disney Channel and growing up. Us knowing the struggle of being bullied. Selena was actually discovered by Disney in a nationwide talent search, and at the time, Selena was only 10 years of age. Gomez said that the show's environment and her age created an atmosphere that made her a people pleaser. Such a people pleaser, said Selena, referring to herself and terming Disney and the show as the only reason. She also highlighted how different it was for men and women to necessarily function like that if they wish to survive in the industry. Here's what she said. It's almost impossible not to be, as a performer, unless you're like, a man? Yeah. I think I spent so many years just trying to say the right thing to people for the sake of keeping myself sane. This was not the only time Selena has opened up about her time at Disney, though. Considering the tender age at which she entered the industry, her statement suggests that she is not too happy with how that time affected her upbringing and changed her as a person. Speaking with the New York Times for a profile published Wednesday, March 22nd, the 24-year-old pop star opened up about the tough times she endured as a teen actress on Wizards of Waverly Place. During her chat with the New York Times, Selena Gomez discussed childhood bullying. Her talk centered around the show she worked on as a producer, 13 Reasons Why. As most of you must be aware, this is a show about a student who takes her own life after being endlessly tormented at school. Considering Selena was one of the producers of the show, she did have some interesting insight to share, which also took into account her personal experiences with bullying. This was also when she nicknamed Disney as high school. This was taken as a remark made against bullying and the sort of environment Disney provided to its young actors and actresses. Here's what Selena had to say. I think he understood what it meant to be bullied, she said. I went to the biggest high school in the world, which is the Disney Channel, and my mom had a lot of history dealing with bullying. I heard her stories growing up. She's very open about it. Of course, today, Selena's Disney days are over. But Selena Gomez, who has resigned as the most followed celebrity on Instagram quite recently, still has to deal with haters on the internet. I delete the app from my phone at least once a week, she said, but with a laugh. Talking about the unnecessary negative comments, she said those could definitely affect a person because facing all your insecurities can be tough. Here's what Selena had to say about it. You fixate on the negative ones, and it's like they want to cut to your soul. Imagine all the insecurities that you already feel about yourself, and having someone write a paragraph pointing out every little thing, even if it's just physical. Selena Gomez talked about bullying on social media during her interview with Vogue as well. She laid particular emphasis on the fact that bullying was quite abnormally frequent. This also led her to address her failing mental health issues and how she eventually had to prioritize wellness during those haphazard years. Talking about a particular instance when comments on Instagram really affected her, Selena shared how the little things impact her as a person. I woke up one morning and looked at Instagram, like every other person, and I was done. I was tired of reading horrible things. I was tired of seeing other people's lives. After that decision, it was instant freedom. My life in front of me was my life, and I was present, and I could not have been more happy about it. She went on to say that she knew she couldn't go on unless she learned to listen to her body and mind when she really needed help. Once she stopped, she described and accepted her vulnerability and decided to share my story with people. That's when she felt that release. Selena, who is now 28 years old, has also suffered from lupus and previously fought with anxiety and depression as well. She also finished a 90-day rehab stint for health reasons last year. And throughout that time, Selena said she felt like her experience was somewhat reflected in the narrative of 13 Reasons Why. That, of course, was concerning for fans, as 13 Reasons Why is an incredibly sad show with a sad ending. It felt like the show was mirroring what was going on in my life, Selena told the publication. She also felt that, despite a lot of effort and much progress, she still feels that this was something she wouldn't ever be able to overcome entirely. I've had a lot of issues with depression and anxiety, and I've been very vocal about it, she said. But it's not something I feel I'll ever overcome. She went on to say, I think it's a battle I'm gonna have to face for the rest of my life, and I'm okay with that. Because I know I'm choosing myself over anything else, she revealed. Selena then proceeded to say that she was starting this year off with that very thought. I want to make sure I'm healthy. If that's good, everything else will fall into place, she continued. Here's how one fan described Selena's experiences and called her the strongest woman around. Selena has been through so much. She is bipolar and has been battling with anxiety, depression, and lupus. And on top of that, she gets bullied online every day by people who have no idea about her struggles. She is one of the strongest women I've ever known. I'm so proud of her. What do you think about Selena's experience at Disney and all the online bullying? Let us know in the comments.